Have you guys thought about the importance of your ball toss when you're serving? So in my opinion, I think the ball toss is the most important part when it comes to serve, because without a good ball toss, you can't really hit a good serve. So I'm gonna go through a couple of exercises to improve your ball toss today. By the end of this video, your ball toss will be better and your serve will get more consistent. So let's get started. So 3 things that I want you guys to keep in mind when it comes to a good ball toss. The first thing is that you want to keep your ball toss nice and straight. The second thing is that the ball toss has to be in front of you. So keep that ball toss in front. I don't want to see any ball toss that's going behind you or going diagonal too far away in front of you. It has to be straight and in front. Alright, so the third thing is that the ball toss has to be high. So I want you guys to reach your racket at your highest and in front of you. That's the minimum height of the ball toss. The ball toss has to be higher, slightly higher than the height of that racket. Okay, so your first exercise is the non-dominant ball throw. Every time you make a ball toss, we're using our non-dominant hand. So if you're a right-handed player, you hold your racket with the right hand and you use your left hand to make a ball toss. If you are a left-handed player, you're using the right hand to make a ball toss. So do a couple of throws, just throwing nice and up using your non-dominant hand, and see if you can keep it nice and straight. Just keep doing this for about 10 times. I want you to get the feel of it. Alright, this is your second exercise, guys. So I'll get you guys to hold 2 balls, one in the left, one in the right. Come up to the service line. I'll get you guys to stand in that starting position. What you have to do is you have to make a ball toss first with the non-dominant hand. Catch above your head and throw this dominant hand ball forward over the net. So when you serve, your left hand and your right hand is moving differently, and this throwing exercises is great for you. You're making a ball toss, your left arm is moving this way, while your right arm is moving in a different way. Alright, so once you're used to with that motion, let's try a little bit differently. So get into that starting position, make a ball toss. Once that ball toss reaches its peak, I want you guys to throw that ball in the dominant hand. So here's how it looks like. So as you can see, I'm throwing the ball when the ball reaches its peak. So that's right before the ball comes towards you. The key here is to practice your ball toss together with that dominant hand. If you were to just practice your ball toss just by moving your non-dominant hand, it's pretty easy and you can almost do it consistently. But when it comes to serve, because you're moving your right hand together, most of the time it goes to a different direction. So it's really important to practice that ball toss together with that dominant hand. Alright, this time I'll get you guys to hold the racket and a couple of balls and stand right up at the fence. Get into that starting position. Right. Take your racket back. Now when you make a ball toss, it has to be straight, right? So this is another great exercise to help your ball toss make nice and straight. When you make a ball toss, the ball has to be between yourself and the fence. So the ball shouldn't be hitting the fence or going behind you. That was the easy way of doing serve, where I swing my racket and then throw. If that's a bit too easy for you, then do the ball toss and racket take back together way. Again, when you practice your ball toss, you have to be practicing together with that racket hand. You don't want to just use your left hand to practice that ball toss. It feels very, very different when you do the actual serving. Grab your racket, a couple of balls, stand on the baseline. You're not hitting the ball yet, but you are doing a shuttle swinging. So get in that starting position, make a ball toss, catch it in the air, and one swing. So there are many ways to check if your ball toss was straight or not, but one of my favorite ways is to see if you can catch the ball where you release the ball. So the releasing point and the catching point should be the same. If you throw the ball and catching the ball by moving your feet or adjusting your arm, then that means your ball toss was not straight. Alright, another way to check if your ball toss is straight is to see where the ball is landing. So when you're in that starting position, the ball should be landing just in front of that left toe for the right-handed player. If you're a left-handed player, just in front of that right toe. Alright guys, it's time for you to make a serve from the baseline. So have a basket of balls, just start serving. Doesn't matter where the ball goes, try to hit the ball over the net. Your main focus here is not to make it in, but to make the ball toss nice and straight.